Have you ever heard a silence so deep it feels like a physical weight? Imagine a place where your loudest scream vanishes into thin air, where the world holds its breath and never lets it out. This isn't a scene from a science fiction movie. It's a real place, known to the few who dare to visit as the lake with no echo, hidden deep within a remote, almost forgotten corner of the world. This body of water looks deceptively ordinary, crystal clear and placid. It reflects the sky like a perfect mirror. But get closer, and the first unsettling detail emerges. The air is still, too still. There are no birds singing in the trees that line its banks, no rustle of small animals in the undergrowth. It's as if all life has collectively decided to keep a safe distance. Curiosity might compel you to test the legend. You pick up a stone and skip it across the surface. You see the ripples, but the familiar plink, plink, plink is gone, swallowed. You might clap your hands, expecting the sound to bounce off the distant hills. Nothing, just the dull, flat thud of your palms meeting, and then absolute silence. It's a profoundly disorienting experience. Our brains are wired to process sound and its reflections. It's how we perceive space and distance. Here, that fundamental sense is stripped away. You might shout, letting out a full-throated yell. The sound leaves your lips and then simply ceases to exist. There's no trail, no fade, no echo. It's like shouting into a vacuum-sealed chamber. Many who have tried this describe a strange sensation afterward, a feeling of being disconnected from their own actions. The silence that follows is more profound than the silence that came before. It feels heavier, charged with the ghost of the sound that should have been there, but wasn't. This acoustic anomaly is just the beginning. As you walk the perimeter, you might notice your phone acting up. The GPS signal flickers and dies. Your compass app spins uselessly. Fully charged batteries drain in minutes. Some have even reported their cameras refusing to function, the shutter clicking but capturing only black frames. It's as though some invisible force is interfering with all things electronic, adding another layer of isolation to the experience. Then there's the physical sensation. Visitors often report a strange pressure building in their ears, similar to the feeling during an airplane's ascent, but it never pops. It's a constant, gentle squeeze, a physical reminder that you're in a place that operates under a different set of rules. Some have described it as feeling like they're underwater, the pressure of the deep pressing in from all sides. Scientists have been stumped for decades. They've brought in sophisticated audio equipment, trying to measure and explain the phenomenon. One popular theory suggests a unique combination of atmospheric conditions, the specific density of the air, and the sound-absorbing qualities of the surrounding forest and the lake bed's soft, silty composition. These elements together could theoretically create a perfect sound trap, absorbing acoustic waves before they have a chance to reflect. But this is just a hypothesis. The models don't fully account for the sheer perfection of the silence. It defies known physics. Every test has ended with more questions than answers. The data often as unpredictable as the electronic glitches. The local communities, the few families who have lived in the region for generations, have their own explanations. They don't speak of science. They speak of caution. They tell stories passed down through the ages, stories of something ancient that resides in the lake's depths. They say it values its quiet, and it absorbs all noise to preserve its peace. These aren't tales meant to scare tourists. They are genuine warnings, delivered with solemn, earnest eyes. The most important rule they impart is simple: leave before the sun sets. Because as dusk begins to fall, the unnerving quiet of the day transforms into something else entirely. The silence intensifies, becoming an oppressive, suffocating blanket. The pressure in your ears might increase. The feeling of being watched, a faint prickle on the back of your neck during the day, becomes an undeniable certainty in the twilight. The locals say that at night the lake's influence expands. They speak of shadows that move when nothing is there to cast them, of a cold that seeps into your bones, a cold that has nothing to do with the temperature. One of the most chilling accounts comes from a pair of campers who dismissed the local warnings. They set up their tent a safe distance from the shore, determined to document the nocturnal silence. As night fell, their recording equipment, which had been working intermittently, captured something before it failed completely. It wasn't a loud noise, but the absence of it. The ambient sound level, the natural hiss of the world, dropped to absolute zero, a digital void. They described the feeling as being erased from existence. They packed up in a panic and fled in the dark, claiming they felt a palpable presence following them until they were miles away from the lake. Another story tells of a lone researcher who stayed overnight to conduct experiments. He was found the next morning, wandering in the woods, disoriented and unable to speak. His notes were a frantic scrawl, describing how the silence wasn't empty. He wrote that it was full, teeming with a quiet, ancient consciousness that pressed in on him, trying to unmake his thoughts. He never fully recovered. So, what is the lake with no echo? Is it a geological freak of nature, a perfect acoustic dead zone that science has yet to understand? Or is it something more? Is it a place where the veil between our world and another is thinned? A location guarded by an entity that demands absolute quiet. The legends and the scientific data both leave us with a profound sense of mystery. The one thing everyone agrees on is the feeling the place leaves you with. It's a sense of humility, a stark reminder of how small we are in the face of forces we don't comprehend. Standing by that silent shore, you realize how much we rely on the echoes of our own existence to feel real. When that echo is taken away, you're left alone with yourself in a way that is both terrifying and profound. Would you dare to visit, to stand at the edge of the water and test the silence, to shout your name and hear nothing in return? Many are drawn to the mystery, but the local advice remains unchanged. Come during the day, experience the wonder, but for your own sake, be gone by sunset. Some secrets are best left undisturbed, and some silences are best left unbroken. The lake with no echo keeps its secrets well, and perhaps it's better that way. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the quiet. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the unknown. Stay curious and stay safe.